Hey guys, today I'm going to be testing out brand new products from the drugstore, and guys, these are amazing. Drugstore is really stepping up their game this year, so let's go ahead and jump in and get started. All right, guys, let's start out with brows, and I'm going to try this new Milani Stay Put Liquid Brow Wax. So on the back of the package here, it says that this feathers, lifts, and locks for fuller looking brows, that it's a lightweight liquid wax with up to 16-hour hold. It's supposed to dry transparent, and it has nourishing shea butter and argan oil. So looking at the tube, the product actually looks white. So they did say that it dries transparent. Hopefully that's the case. And my brow hairs actually kind of grow down and to the side, so I'm hoping that this has really good hold, because most brow gels and waxes don't hold my brows all day, and they kind of start to droop like this one over here, how my hairs just go straight across or down. So I'm really curious to see if this does have 16-hour hold. That would be amazing. This definitely does give that sort of feathered and fluffy look to your brows, which is nice. It makes them look a little bit fuller, I feel like. It feels very lightweight. It's almost like a drier formula. A lot of brow gels feel very wet, and this one is a little bit more waxy, and it seems like it dries really quickly. So I think I'm just gonna let this set before I actually go and fill in the rest of my brows. And let's talk about eyeshadow next, because I'm not sure if these are gonna have fallout, so I wanna do them before my base. So these are the new Milani Gilded Mini Eyeshadows. And I know I always complain about Milani's eyeshadow formula, but these actually said that they're a new formula. They look a lot like their other mini palettes that they've had out for a while, but those are called Most Wanted, and these are Gilded. So they have a totally different name. The website says, with leveled up pressed pigment powders, these buttery high intensity shadows promise major color payoff with minimal fallout. So I'm taking leveled up to mean a new formula. I really hope that's the case. We'll see. So I got two different versions. I think they come in 5 shade ranges altogether. So the first one that I got is 140, the Wind Down. And this one has those gorgeous rosy tone shades. You have 3 mattes, 3 shimmers. And I think next to cool tones, rosy tones are my favorite. So I can't wait to give this one a try. And then the other one that I got is Call Me Old Fashioned, number 150. And this one has some cool tones mixed with warm. It's very, very neutral, but I could see this being a very everyday palette. And the color story reminds me a lot of their Soft and Sultry palette, which I had purchased years ago. And I love that palette so much. It's my favorite Milani palette. So when I saw this one, I thought it really reminded me of it. And I'm hoping that the formula is the same. So I don't know which one to use. I was leaning toward the Call Me Old Fashioned one because I'm wearing dark gray, but I also really want to try these rosy tones. So I don't really know what to pick. I think I'm just going to try the rosy tones. If this one works out, then I know that the neutrals will too. So I'm just going to prime my eyes with my Sigma eyeshadow primer in the Ignite shade. Next, I'm going to start out with this shade right here, and I'm going to pick it up with the BK Beauty 211 brush. And I'm just going to start applying this shade to my crease. Milani's matte shades have been really ultra powdery, very blendable, but I feel like when I put them down and then I go to blend, they kind of fade and blend to nothing. So I'm hoping that these retain their pigment and stick to my skin a little bit better. So far so good, but when I use my bigger brush to blend it out, I think that's when we're really gonna see if it holds on or not. Let's see. All right, so yeah, it's blending out, but it's not fading that much. I feel like it still looks pretty good. This definitely seems to be a different formula for Milani, and I am here for it. I'm so excited. I'm definitely impressed with how these are gripping to the skin, and they're not gripping so much that they don't blend out. It's just enough that they retain their pigment. Next, I'm gonna use this burgundy shade right here, and I'm gonna use my BK Beauty 209 brush. I'm just gonna start packing this one on the outer corner to add depth. And this one is a shimmer shade, but it's not super shimmery. It's more of a satin finish. The shimmer shades look like they're not as glittery as Milani's previous palettes. And that's another thing that I wasn't crazy about with their new formula. I really missed their more satiny or metallic shimmers that they had in the palettes like Soft and Sultry or Pure Passions. The newer formula just seemed to have so much glitter fallout all the time, and they were really crumbly. So I missed like that really soft and buttery kind of formula, for lack of a better word. I know everybody always says eyeshadows are buttery, but yeah, this shadow is also applying really beautifully. It blends super nice. It's gorgeous. I am honestly getting so excited right now. Those of you who have been with me for a while know how much I've been wanting Milani to go back to their old formula, or just to change the new one up so that it's more similar to the old one, and I'm feeling like they may have done it. This is just so much better. So far, these shadows have just been a pleasure to use. I don't know how long lasting they're going to be on the eyes, and I'll definitely update you guys down in the description box. Normally I would do a wear test, but since I'm doing Vlogmas and I have to film a video every single day, I have to start editing this one pretty much as soon as I'm done filming to get it up for later tonight. But by then I should know how everything's holding up. So when I fill out my description box later, I'll be sure to let you know. For my lid, I'm going to pick up this shimmer shade right here, and I'm going to apply it over my NYX Glitter Tacky Base. All right, let's see how the shimmers are. Okay, the shade is gorgeous. By the way, I use the NYX base for all of my shimmer shades now, even if they're not a glittery shadow. This one is definitely not glittery, but I just feel like it's such a tacky base. It helps hold everything on really well, and it also prevents fallout, but these really don't seem like they have any fallout anyway. They've really improved their formula a lot. I'm really happy right now. I think I would still recommend, even if you don't have the NYX glitter primer, just using any kind of eyeshadow primer under this shadow. It's not that it has fallout, but it almost seems like a little bit sheer. If I just go to swatch it on the back of my hand, I think it'll just come alive a little bit more, and you'll get more of this effect if either you wet it with a setting spray or apply it on top of a primer. Otherwise, I don't think you're gonna get the same type of metallic look out of it. I think it'll just be a little more subtle. I'm just gonna take the BK Beauty 210 brush and go back into this light shade that I use for my crease, and I'm gonna go under my eyes with it. This color is just so soft and pretty. Next, I'm going to use the new Milani Highly Rated Lash Extension Tubing Mascara, which I did a whole video on in case you guys missed it. I compared it to the Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extensions. It made my lashes look exactly the same as the Thrive, and I feel like the experience of applying it is the same as well. After the video, I also compared the ingredient lists, and the Milani mascara has like the first 9 ingredients are exactly the same as the Thrive in the same order. It's really a true dupe if you've been looking for an alternative to the Thrive mascara. Here's the difference from this eye to this eye. I just feel like it has such an eye-opening effect, and it just really makes my lashes look huge. So I love this stuff. Okay, before we move on to base products, I just wanna quickly fill in my brows. This Milani brow wax pretty much has dried down. It does feel like a little bit sticky if I touch my brows, but I'm gonna go in with this NYX Lift and Snatch brow pen, and I've been really liking brow pens lately because I feel like you don't have to press really hard and they just give you like those very hair-like strokes. So I'm just gonna very carefully fill these in. I'm honestly not the best at doing my brows, but I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to get better at it. I get a lot of like hate comments on my brows, which I've mentioned before. I'm not sure why they trigger so many people, but I'm always trying to learn when it comes to makeup. I'm always trying to become better at it. I'm not a makeup artist, just an enthusiast. So I think there's definitely still a lot that I can learn about doing my makeup. And I definitely feel like I've learned a lot just being on YouTube and also just watching YouTube. I've picked up a lot of things over the years. I think the challenge for me with brows is always trying to get them to look even because they're not even. All right, so I think that's probably as good as they're gonna get. Let's move on to complexion. So I'm gonna be trying the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Foundation. And I think I might have gotten this in the wrong shade. I picked the shade C3 on the website. It said that it was cool for like light skin, but it looks a little bit dark. And this foundation is not new. It's been out forever, but they finally put it in a pump bottle, which I'm so excited about. I hated the old one because it was just like an open neck bottle that you just kind of pour the foundation out, and I really did not love that about it. But I remember really liking this formula, and it's been so many years since I've tried it. So I'm excited to try it again. From what I remember, it had a really natural skin-like finish, and that's pretty much what I'm always looking for these days. So let's see. I'm just going to apply it with my fingers. I feel like it gives a very natural look. Oh gosh, this is really too dark for me, but we're gonna try it anyway. Oh my goodness, I don't even remember this formula being so silky on the skin. It feels completely weightless. First of all, it's like a serum. It blends right in and it doesn't look like I'm wearing foundation at all. By the way, if you hear any noise in the background, my son is home from school today. We woke up around 9:30. We're having a big wind and rainstorm right now, and it's actually kind of a little scary. It kept me up last night. The wind woke me around, I would say 4:30, and I was up until about 6:30. I was just kind of reading a book on my phone because the wind sounded like it was gonna knock our house over. I know it wouldn't, obviously, but it was just so strong. And there was lightning and thunder, which is something that we normally don't see here in the winter. And normally they would never cancel school for just a rainstorm, but we were supposed to have a ton of power outages because of the wind, and our power did go out quite a few times last night during the 2 hours that I was awake. It blinked on and off like 4 or 5 times, but I'm so glad that we do have power because even though it's in the mid-50s today, tomorrow it's supposed to go down into the single-digit temperatures, and the wind chill is supposed to be in the negatives. So I hope that anybody who did lose power today gets it back quickly because it's really scary to be without heat when the temperature are so low. But anyway, my husband is downstairs right now, like talking to my son, and they're being really loud. So I apologize if you guys hear a bunch of noise and laughing and all of that. They sound like they're having a really good time. Anyway, just looking at this foundation, oh my gosh, I don't remember this being quite so beautiful. Let me just zoom you guys in really quick so you can see. Like, it really doesn't look like anything on my skin. It doesn't look like I'm wearing foundation. It's not clinging to any dry patches. It's not settling into fine lines. It looks so good. Oh my gosh, I'm so impressed with this right now and kind of kicking myself that I haven't tried it in so many years because I think we just always get caught up in the latest and greatest in new formulas and then we just don't go back to older stuff. Plus, I think the last time I tried this, I was in my 20s and I think a very skin-like natural foundation wasn't as important to me as it is now, and seeing this now on my skin and seeing how much better it looks than like 95% of other foundations that I try, I have a new appreciation for this for sure. Next up, Milani has a new powder and it's called the Conceal and Perfect Blur Out Powder. I kind of don't want to put powder over this foundation now because it looks so good. It has kind of a little bit of a glow going on, but I really wanted to see what this powder was like. So inside, it has a little door that provides a seal between the cap and the sifter, which I think is so nice. It just keeps everything really clean. And this is just the translucent shade, so it's supposed to be for everybody. I'm just going to pick up a little on my BK Beauty 103 brush. I'm just going to put a little on my cheek area first. Let me just feel, oh, it's so smooth. Ooh, I like this. It doesn't look like powder at all. It's really, really invisible. Just put a little on my forehead. I mean, you can see, like, it definitely takes down the shine. It makes my face feel baby smooth and soft. And just looking up close in the mirror, it looks like nothing. It is completely invisible. It's not powdery. It doesn't make my skin look dry at all. I'm just going to zoom you guys in so you can see a little bit better. This powder, oh my gosh, this powder is just amazing. I can't stop touching my face. It makes my face feel so soft. And it just gives it that perfected look. And I feel like powders will just blend so nicely on top of this now. It's so hard to find a powder that doesn't look powdery, that doesn't look cakey, and this, it doesn't even look like I have a powder on right now. I can't even tell at all. As somebody who is 45 and have really dry skin, I tend to avoid powder, but oh my gosh, I'm just so excited. Next for blush, I don't have a new drugstore blush to show, so I'm just gonna use the Moira Love Heat Cream Blush in I Like You. This one is kind of a soft berry pink. It has a little bit of purple behind it, so I thought it would pair well with the eye look. And this blends really beautifully on top of the powder too, even though it's a cream. I think it's because the powder just really melted into my skin and like disappeared. It's not sitting on top. And then for lips, I have more shades of the CoverGirl Yummy glosses. I talked about these in a recent CoverGirl video, and I showed you swatches of 2 of the shades. So I have 4 more that I ended up getting from Amazon because I loved this formula so much. These remind me a little bit of the Maybelline Lifter glosses in that they are so smooth looking on your lips, and they have that liquid lip balm type of feel versus a sticky gloss. They have a nice cushiony texture. They're very soft and silky, and each one has a different scent depending on what it's called. So I think I'm gonna try the shade Lavender today. This smells like something from when I was a kid. I can't think of what it is, but it's so nostalgic. I don't know that it necessarily smells like lavender. It's almost like a berry scent, but I just can't place it. It's either some type of candy that I used to eat as a kid, or maybe a different lip balm that I had back then, maybe like a Bonnie Bell one or something. This particular shade doesn't really have a lot of color, but some of them have more than others. So anyway, just a quick recap on all of the products. Loving the eyeshadow palette so far. It applied better than any eyeshadow palette I've tried from Milani since their older formula. As I said, I'm gonna either pin a comment or I'll write something in the description box about how the eyeshadows held up, but application-wise, they are definitely a major improvement. Also, the new mascara, you guys know I love this already. The brow wax, I'll also have to update you guys and let you know if it held up throughout the day. I do like that it was a little bit of a drier formula and it wasn't super wet and sticky. Sometimes I apply stuff to my brows and they just look wet, but this one kept them nice and fluffy, which I like. The L'Oreal True Match Foundation might become my #1 favorite at the drugstore, at least going by the way that it looks right now. I'll give you guys an update on how well this wore on my skin too, but I'm so optimistic. Honestly, this could be the most skin-like foundation I have ever tried in my life, high-end or drugstore. It is just so beautiful. The Conceal and Perfect powder from Milani, another huge winner. I can't even tell that I'm wearing powder. It looks so good. And I also really love the Yummy glosses. So I feel like the drugstore is just killing it right now. These new releases for 2023 have been incredible so far, and I just can't wait to see what they do over the course of the year. Drugstore makeup has been getting better and better, but it's also been getting more expensive too, so I'm glad to see that at least they're stepping up the formulas to go along with the price hikes. And really, I feel like you could compare these products to high-end, so they're doing a really good job so far. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it so, so much. I know it's been a really busy month for everybody, and it's hard to keep up with daily videos, so if you missed some of mine, I'm going to go ahead and just put my Vlogmas playlist right up here, and that way you can check out some videos that you might have missed. Thank you guys so much. I want to wish all of you a very Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, any holiday that you might be celebrating this weekend, and I will see you all in my next video. Take care, guys. Bye.